So long, Bowser. Thank you so much for playing my game.
What up? Oh, it's a little bit darker here than normal. I know every RLCS player from EUNA, most from Sam and Mina, and the old heads from OCE. Do you know every top 16 RLCS EU 1v1er? How about every top 8 RLCS EU 1v1er? Because if you did, you would know who Trebla is. You would know Trebla. I think he was top 6. I think he was top 6. Did Trebla reach out to you? No. I reached out to Trebla. He was streaming yesterday, and it sounds like some people were interested in him playing, and it sounds like he's grinding. We got him back. 1v1 isn't an RLCS category. Are you behind? Are you behind? It's been a category for years. Years if you count it as like a 1.7 counts as years. You'd say 1.7 years. You wouldn't say 1.7 year. It's not. Now I'm genuinely confused if you don't know about RLCS 1v1, or if you're just trying to like ego the 1v1 portion of RLCS and say it doesn't count, it's not good enough. Because let me go look at the Birmingham Major Europe 1 vs 1. And in it, what will you find? You will find Trebla, 5th, 6th, right here. Above names you probably would consider recognizable. You're making a pulled pork grilled cheese as we speak. Ask me anything. Is it good? Kid Slice, thank you for the prime. Tiki Bowl, thank you for the prime. Liam's lurking, thank you for the tier 1 for 8 months. But yeah, as I was just showing as well, if you just look at the current leaderboard state, TEXX and Trebla, 30 and 27. TEXX, I believe, is still next gen age over in MENA. 14-year-old Saudi Arabian 1v1er. Trebla, not a young up-and-comer, but was a little Cinderella story in the last RLCS. TEXX, top 8 RLCS 1v1. Wait, did TEXX get top 8 last time as well for MENA? Let me look at the Raleigh Major. Let me look at Middle East and North Africa. And I don't see TEXX. TEXX isn't here. But he might be top 8 this season, if that's what you're saying. All right, chats. We're going to get these guys in the lobby. We're going to get going. TEXX is in a private match. Is he warming up? We've had TEXX play some best of ones. He played in the Hope for the Day Gauntlets. I'm thinking that was the only time he played. I was looking for a match that I had run with him before because I thought I had, but I couldn't find it. So my assumption is that the reason why I couldn't find it is because it was pre, or it was not a full series. So it was a best of one. Who are we betting on? What up, Pukas? You tell me, dude. Pukas beat Moxie today. You're the expert. I think we're just ready to game. Cheeky little best of 5. TEXX, do you need a server? Do you need a good server? Or is the first one fine? You never know. The Saudi players, since it'll be... Sometimes the Saudi players kind of have bad connections and they could afford to roll it to get a good one. He says, yes, no problem. I'm just going to start the match. I'm just going to exclamation point start match, even though I asked him a question with technically multiple choice answer. And he replied, yes. I'm just going to start the match. And he seems to be okay. Here we go. It's TEXX versus Trebla. It is players that are both likely to compete in the RLCS 1v1 for their various regions. TEXX, a youngster, a 14-year-old next-gen player, one of the few players in the game right now that are actually under 15 that are, you know, up in this top 20 echelon. We have gotten used to having a ton of them over the course of the years. Trebla with a casual DS challenge to open up the series. Just no big deal off his back wall. Gets it in with ease. Reset shot way over the top of TEXX. Trebla was your favorite 1v1er from you RLCS last time around. Made it into the top 6 through the group stage, but unfortunately dropped out from there. But definitely made waves. And I'm excited to know, you know, is there going to be a Trebla version 2 in any of the RLCS brackets this time around? Because Trebla, while good, and definitely someone who had shown up in the top 100 at the time, was not somebody that, you know, was going to get predicted into the top 6. And he was able to have a nice event and show just how good he could be. I wonder if we're going to get more of that. It's been a full year, and it's probably been a somewhat stagnant year or a dormant year in terms of 1v1. Not quite as many show matches as I feel like we've had in recent memory. Oh my goodness, dude. Trebla is a freestyler. That's the thing. Trebla is just freestyling into this carry down into a low 50. TEXX Did not even want to challenge him up in here. It's not going to show the initial flip that was the most interesting one. But TEXX wastes it on the ground and makes it 4-0. It's been a while since we've seen Trebla. Trebla seems to be gearing back up from what he's told me as RLCS 1s starts to, get in swing. Unlike last year where it's kind of throughout the whole year, there's just kind of a month or two in which RLCS 1s needs to be the main focus. And that month is June. June, I believe, is when all of 2s and 1s are going to be played. My understanding is the next weekend after this RLCS major in Paris is the beginning of 2v2. 2v2 RLCS will start up right away. Not even time for, players to get home and relax after the Paris major. No, log in and get ready to grind the 2s RLCS, which is going to be very, very exciting. 1s comes shortly after that. They'll do 2 weeks of 2v2, and then the next 2 weeks will be 1v1. So not long to wait before 1 versus 1. And I think we're going to see players gear up after this major, hopefully. When I think about players, nice recovery back from Trebla to get back to this one. I think about players who haven't really gotten started yet. One who may never get started, and in fact, I'd predict he'd never get started. Daniel, be nice. But even, a player who could win both categories, like Rawas. I don't think I've seen Rawas or like Falcons or any of those other players really gearing up into 2s and 1s, at least in the show match form. Obviously, 2s is basically always available to these players via ranked, although I don't know if it's quite as sweaty as maybe this RLCS will be. But 1s is, while ranked does a decent job, I think it's really not the same based on what I've seen compared to like tournaments or show matches. So hopefully those guys will gear back up into it. Maybe they'll just go into RLCS and use that as their warm-up. But either way, Trebla and TEXX. Big intro. Trebla Pogo over the top of TEXX. And it almost was too high. It was a midfield Pogo, and it still was almost too high. It just barely goes underneath the crossbar and in. And it makes it 5-3 for Trebla. Trebla let me know that apparently him and TEXX were grinding a bit of ranked as TEXX tried to surprise at the backflip challenge. I think we saw that backflip challenge work earlier. This time it's not going to. But apparently they were grinding some ranked against each other. They're very close in the leaderboard, so it makes sense. If both of them are queuing, I imagine they insta-queue into each other, which probably led to a decent amount of games, considering I think both are trying to get geared up. Both have no more RLCS to worry about. Technically, I don't know if they really have their sights set on the LCQ, because technically, all these players are still in it. You yourself, you in chat, that's right, you. As long as you play in EU, NA, probably South America or MENA, then you could make it. Or actually, no, South America or OCE. OCE might make it, right? The point is, you could still win the World Championships through the LCQ. Trebla, another Diaz challenge. TEXX, another back off. Seems to have no interest in forcing the issue. This time waiting down on the ground ends up being a much more effective strategy as he's able to bump Trebla into the save. How old is TEXX? He's really good. That's pretty funny because I think you in chat have been saying he's 14 and you're trying to like ask the question as a plant. It's TEXX's PR manager in chat. Oh, wow. That was like a really good shot. Could you mention how young and how much future he has ahead of him? Ground pinch or ground 50 from Trebla. TEXX to the back corner. Seems to be taking it. Oh, did not get a reset there. Well, it's going to work out well to just go to the ground. Even though somehow, some way, that second one was no good. Trebla certainly believed in it and double jumped to try and stop it. Trebla. Reset wave dash. Has a 2-goal lead with a minute left to go. And doesn't seem to be in any rush to try and make a play, which makes sense. Now, TEXX might have to do a DS challenge of his own. These guys are loving their full field dribbles. Trebla pre-jumped it for a second, but I think went back down to the ground. Fake flick from TEXX. I don't know if it was meant to be a fake or not, but that's what it ends up being when he doesn't make contact. Trebla is kind of handing this ball back, so another attempt for TEXX. Didn't like this setup as far as setting up an aerial. What is Trebla doing? Trebla is matrixing the ball, getting resets, and jumping away from the play, which is not what he should be doing in this situation. How did he do that? That's like almost an impossible reset to get, to diagonal flip and pick it up like that. But 6-7 with 30 seconds left to go. TEXX trying to get a clean possession here as he knows he has boost advantage. Trebla looking to waste as much time as possible, but won't be able to waste enough. TEXX will equalize. 7-7 with 15 seconds left to go. Trebla, huge start to this game. But TEXX has worked his way all the way back. Trebla on low boost. One last flick opportunity. Oh my goodness. There has to be like 0.1 seconds left on the clock. This is ridiculous to squeeze it in at the last second. I think this is going to be instant. I think Trebla could just jump on top of this ball and be good because... Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. There was enough time to roll it ever so slightly. TEXX takes the shot. Trebla puts it to the ground and just barely wins game number 1. My goodness. A nail biter as Trebla opens the series. Forbidden Temple. No TEXX here. There he is. Game 2. TEXX and Trebla. TEXX faking the kickoff. I think I showed it very briefly before we got started today, but these guys rated around 20-ish or so on the top 100 leaderboard. Trebla mentioned to me yesterday how he's actually been able to grind ones a little bit. I think part of the ones stagnation is due to the bot situation that we had for so long. It sounds like that's cleaned up. Easy anti-cheat has been added. People have seen bots here and there, but they've been mostly cleaned up. That's my understanding. You know, I think the community is almost desperate to see a bot, if that makes sense. Like they almost want to see it because they love being mad. is that a crazy thing to say? I just think that, you know, the community loves to be mad, and so I know they're on the lookout for those bots, trying to find them and trying to say EAC did nothing but steal Bacchus mod. So the fact that we haven't heard too much about them suggests it must be pretty cleaned up. And we'll see in the long term if the bots will ever truly be back. Trebla, air dribble 50, built up a 4-0 lead, I believe, last time. Seems like he's trying to do that again. LaCrizzle, they have the 19 months, tier 1. It's a matter of time. I mean, the question is, will it ever get to where it was, where bots owned the game? You know, like that was what the problem was. The bots, it was the bots game, and the pros were just hoping to play it on occasion. I could see maybe, you know, some cheaters getting back in. Ooh, nice fake from TEXX, gonna work well. But will they ever run the entire show like they did for so long? Any updates on Slater bot matches? You know, Slater matches could be back on the menu maybe. Oh my goodness, Trebla with this, you know, what is this even called? Kind of like a breezy pop, I guess, as opposed to the musty flick setups for air dribbles. I haven't talked to Naga anytime recently. Naga was working on an even better bot than Slater. So the problem is if he succeeded on working on a better bot than Slater, I was already ready to put, you know, as much money I had available on nobody ever beating Slater. And so if Profit, or I don't know if he's leaking that name. I think it was called Profit when he showed it before. If Profit is better, then it's over. What's the point? Why have humans play it? Because it just will be better than all humans. Trebla throwing a cheeky pogo randomly in his back corner. Hard to fully explain it, to be honest, but we absolutely love to see it. Surely Trebla is just bringing this down to the ground as his dribble is straight diagonal. TEXX pre-jumps, so TEXX, instead of going on the air dribble right away, waits, delays his start to throw TEXX's defensive positioning off, but it didn't quite work as well as he would have liked. I don't know. Yeah, TEXX is going to get it. Wasn't sure if we were going to see Trebla recover and be able to break it up or not. Trebla launching the flick and getting a fourth as TEXX was shadowing, but could not get back in time. Ooh, TEXX just left this opening off the kickoff available. How did he not pick up? He got that boost stolen, then he picked nothing else up, and so he wasn't able to use anything to get back. Even that 12 would have been a big difference. Ooh, Trebla read the fake likely. Last second pulled off the ball and then gets a sidewall air dribble. An ideal position. And he loves this little breezy start. I mean, surely there's a name for this in the freestyle world. Oh, is he going to fall back on it? No, not quite. What is this? It just seems like a flick pop setup for an air dribble that is 20 times harder than it needs to be, but he hits it so consistently that can't blame him. Trebla up 6-2 and is actually becoming a wall to help 50 this back towards his own net, but did make it back in time. Now going for a Diaz challenge that he put himself on the wrong side of the ball way too early, and it should be free for TEXX. A flip cancel musty. Yeah, but musties are a little bit more straight on. It's kind of like a diagonal. I think of musties as pure backflips, whereas I think he's doing a diagonal backflip and canceling it. Trebla lobs the ball. How did he keep that under? And TEXX gave him a nice one because he's also impressed, and I'm assuming that N is for next. It's got to mean next, right? Surely? Let me just confirm. I'm toxic if that's not what he's saying. Okay. If he's not trying to imply next, then I'm incredibly toxic, but I'm pretty sure that's what he means. Chat, you need to chill. Oh! Double orange team. Game 3! You know, I wouldn't have minded a not perfectly mirrored kickoff. like a kickoff where one is slightly on the left and one is slightly on the right. Still seems, you know, fair. I guess it could potentially favor somebody who has a better right flip or left flip or something, but they did switch enough teams to get back to the right spot. TEXX wants to take a full field dribble. Doesn't seem like his first touches are what he needed. Oh, wow. He actually got a ceiling pinch to get around Trebla, and it is towards the net, but Trebla able to dunk it down, push it away. TEXX. Save off the back wall. Trebla headed to do an air dribble of his own. Needs to make sure he doesn't fall in front of the ball like we've seen a few times. What a finish! TEXX is there and able to stop it. Trebla, a little delay flick as he catches and pops it. Reset, he's trying to wait it out to get TEXX to come out, but TEXX just waits on the inside of the net and then gets the counter. Dr. Nope Rope, great to have you here. We love the doctors here. TEXX, huge kickoff win. Tried to get an immediate angle, but wasn't able to pick it up. There's Trebla again with that diagonal flip cancel. Trebla pulled back. Did he get a I don't think he got a reset. I think we would have noticed. But he canceled a backflip as soon as he recognized TEXX was not going for the ball. Look at that wave dash into pop. TEXX going to drop him a nice one. TEXX starts to dribble out of the corner. Ooh, tried to accelerate the ball as a way to get around Trebla defending from the ceiling, but Trebla still able to cut it off. Delaying his aerial again so that TEXX's pre-jump was out of position. But TEXX still able to clear it away. Trebla, double jump. Not over the top of TEXX. Feels like TEXX needs to convert here. He's got a fairly decent position, and he will. He will convert. It's called a beautiful musty. You're just saying it's a cool looking musty. Or is it? Or are you saying that like the official term that people use is beautiful musty? Imagine that goes in. It was honestly not terribly far off. Oh, that's literally the name. That's a term, official term. The beautiful musty. Oh, a beautiful musty. Really? Who's out here naming everything? Why? So now just all musties can't be beautiful because only the one that Trebla is hitting counts as a beautiful musty. TEXX up 5-2 in a must-win game. TEXX has the ball headed straight to the net off kickoff. Trebla managed to not fall into the net and get the 100 boost on that save. TEXX survives the undercut. This angle is not going to be easy. And TEXX maybe greeted just slightly too long, but didn't allow Trebla to get anything going. So not the end of the world. He's got a 100 boost now, and he's going to switch to that right corner. Trebla again to the ceiling. TEXX seemed to be trying to make an effort to go out and around him, even if it meant dodging the net, and yet still Trebla is able to cut it off. Delayed flick. Denied. No pickup of the 100 from TEXX. TEXX felt like going to grab it was probably a demo danger. There is the beautiful Musty, I guess, is what it's called. As Trebla seems to have no other way to get his dribbles started. This the only way he's gone for it, it seems. This time, a much more straightforward first reset. Wants the bump, gets it, gets a third goal. If TEXX wins, can we nuke the copyright with a perfect song request? Sure. Only because it's looking like TEXX winning is not super likely, as he's getting the reverse sweep. Feer actually fell for beautiful Musty? No way. I would believe that the chat was trolling me. Trebla just waiting in the corner, almost didn't work out. TEXX stole it away and took it in front of the net, but couldn't quite catch up to it. Trebla goal line save. TEXX has decided to ball chase, it would seem. Trebla had the ball dunked off his car. He just waited in the same spot, basically, let the ball come back and caught it again, right back in the same spot he was at before. But wasn't quite able to score off of it. TEXX, a good game 3 to prevent the sweep. Question is, can TEXX bring it all the way back as we head to game number 4? Game number 4. TEXX and Trebla. TEXX lean back reset Musty. A good cancel of his air dribble. He slows down the air dribble as soon as he sees Trebla pre-jumping so as to make him go over the top, and then gets extra height in a surprising fashion by getting a reset and Musty. So he forced Trebla up, then back down, and then went over the top of him. Even the YouTube chat is typing frick YouTube. Did you guys go over to the YouTube chat to type that, or are they just like if I make fun of myself, you can't make fun of me type situation? TEXX notices Trebla turned in towards Albert, as chat was pointing out, and is able to get past him. It's called a beautiful Musty because a Danish freestyler called Beautiful invented it in 2021. Oh, I don't know if that makes it better or worse. I guess it's slightly more understandable why. Also, you might just be lying. I feel like Jack could be full on trolling at this point. Like, oh yes, there was once a DSC named Beautiful that hit a delayed Musty. Trebla gets his first. Trebla able to protect the ball throughout the dribble, an important part of air dribbles that not everybody can do. So be prepared for when TEXX does arrive on the challenge. Trebla, ooh, nice delay. He jumps off this wall and holds his flip to show he will head to the ground if, you know, TEXX ends up not challenging, but TEXX did move in, and then Trebla able to use the flip and follow up to punish TEXX for even turning in. The other option for TEXX is to shadow, continue to shadow, and allow Trebla to go to the ground, which a lot of players don't want to do. They don't want to let you get to the back down to the ground when you're a bit awkward on the back wall. That's why TEXX is hanging out close, but just doesn't pay off like he would have liked. So now, I don't think that's how he meant to do that kickoff, but it's going to work out. Pulling back and getting a reset that allows him to dash again. Trebla 50s, pretty solid. Backflip's not going to work, but TEXX went a little bit too aggressive that almost allowed Trebla to still get his goal. I think if TEXX had stayed patient there, then I actually would have thought Trebla was too, you know, ambitious with that final flip, but Trebla, double jump bump, surely, no, single jump bump, TEXX saves it! Maybe it was too telegraphed. Maybe Trebla needed to wait a little bit before he jumped. Trebla avoiding demo pressure for long enough to get a shot on target, but not long enough to survive through the goal explosion. TEXX creating the brick wall. Oh, and Trebla not able to get past the brick wall. Trebla is loving these early ceiling challenges on TEXX's dribbles. Just wasn't quite able to fully dispossess him here as TEXX still in control. Trebla turning to dive on low boost. TEXX recognizes that, knows he's going to be all in, just puts up a wall to switch the field, maintain possession, wants to get a pogo of his own, had a flip left, which helps him recover and put the ball, you know, ever so slightly out of play to slow down the counter from Trebla, allow him to pick up 100, but he's tried to sneak in a few backflip challenges. He's gotten a decent amount of them, but he's missed on a few recently. TEXX has had the kickoff advantage, I feel like, the whole series. Will you try a Super Smash Bros. 64 speedrun one day? How do you even speedrun Super Smash 64? You like beat the career mode or whatever it is? Trebla quickly back to the ball to accelerate over the top of TEXX. He's done this a few different times, as TEXX seems to want a shadow fairly close. It's leaving him exposed for these quick races to the ball. TEXX looked like he was about to become the victim of either an undercut or a bump, but even though it did end up being a bump, it was not a very tough one. It seems like TEXX is going to walk in an open net, and he will have the lead with a minute 14 still left to be played. TEXX flick guided to the corner. As now TEXX will back off. Oh my goodness. We have seen Trebla punish TEXX for shadowing too close in a bunch of different ways. Why not throw a monster flick into the mix? TEXX. Oh my goodness, did Trebla just recover back to the wall? Fake like he was going to challenge and then use his flip to jump back to wall and return back down to the ground. Now Trebla Going much slower on the air dribble bump. TEXX escapes it, but because it was so slow, Trebla's recovery is going to be a lot better because he's just going to land barely in the net with barely any of the wrong momentum. Trebla with 20 seconds and another chance to go for probably another cringe air dribble bump. Not that I would blame him for it, but that's what he's been lining up. TEXX didn't want to have that. TEXX had no interest in having to dodge yet another bump, so he turns and dives immediately and is able to use that challenge to eventually get himself a goal. 11 seconds left to go. Needs a clean kickoff. Trebla's going to try and cheese. Delayed it heavy. Had to single jump in order to not get the ball chipped over the top, then puts it towards the net. TEXX can't get back. The cheese works well. And he is back. Tied up with 5 seconds left to go. TEXX wins this kickoff into the orange half. Trebla was trying to cook something up, maybe. Maybe he's just trying to get it to the ground. Who knows? We got OT in game number 4. TEXX, we'll just walk it in. We got game 5. Trebla is allowed way too many of these. We saw him cheese. Ooh, the single jump so early. A lot of people will single jump early because they want that wave dash to land even faster. They want to have downward momentum as they touch the ball, but clearly throwing himself off at least slightly as he did not have a chance on that kickoff. And we're headed to Champions Field. Game 5, TEXX and Trebla. Trebla chasing into the corner, gifted a demo as TEXX followed the ball in there. Trebla has to hold a bit of power slide to make sure he keeps floating in that direction and is able to get the shot. He'll be the first to score in game 5. Trebla, reset wave dash, waiting for TEXX. Oh, what? Again, trying to make a pogo happen when it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. And TEXX can easily line up a counter as Trebla has separated himself from the ball via pogo by the time he gets back to it. TEXX able to stick around after this 50 to make it 2-1. TEXX trying to undercut Trebla to convert a kickoff. Won't work out as Trebla now into the air. TEXX dives, steals it, tries to sneak it in underneath the crossbar, but can't. And Trebla now the other way has an opening. Oh, interesting slowdown and a pop over the top of TEXX. Trebla hits the brakes and then pops it up in order to make TEXX miss. Great play by Trebla. TEXX has had way too many of these kickoffs straight to Trebla's net, though. He's got to figure something out. TEXX going low after getting the reset. Noticed that he had successfully baited Trebla into the air and would have an opening below. TEXX passed to himself off the back wall. Trebla set himself up on that side wall of the net in order to make that clear, and was right to do so. TEXX maybe hoping for a double reset. Instead, we'll have to reset possession. Trebla dives and stops this air dribble before it can get started. TEXX stays glued to the wall, though, and just switches field. Has his air dribble all the same. Trebla's been loving his challenges off the ceiling. TEXX has cleaned up his 50s, though, and not allowed Trebla to steal this ball away. TEXX guided that one up into the air with his positioning of his car. Most importantly, made sure it would fall straight down in front of him. TEXX now seems much more likely to reverse sweep than it seemed like in the middle of game number 3. TEXX over the top of Trebla. 5-2. He's starting to pull away. The midfield races to the ball had been favoring Trebla earlier. But now TEXX has even managed to get the edge in that. Trebla did such a good job of protecting the ball earlier, complimented him for it this time. Did not do well. Is going to pass intentionally off of the back post. That 50 is not good for Trebla. TEXX was able to guide it into the corner and with speed. And it's 6-2 now for TEXX. Trebla again throwing out the beautiful musty. Oh, the cancel! That is nice, and TEXX has to give him the nice one as Trebla resets and cancels to keep his nose up high. The flip cancel, the stall, the beauty. TEXX instantly challenged by Trebla. Trebla has 3 minutes to get 3 goals. Ooh, he has 3 minutes to get 4 goals. Oh, sorry, 1 minute to get 4 goals. Did I say 3 minutes to get 3? No, 1 minute to get 4. TEXX fake kickoff to try and control the game here in the end. That was not the best bit of control. Oh, but he almost made it back. Just gave the ball right back. Trebla starts with possession. Something he'll have to have at the start of every one of these last kickoffs, I imagine, to bring it back. Trebla 50. Maintains possession, but he can only afford to have his shot saved so many times. This is, a fine 1v1 sequence in 90% of game scenarios, but when you need 3 goals, you can't afford to take this long. You have to take a little bit more risks. Sure, it's good basics to hold on to possession that long, but not when you need 3 goals in very little time. There's the GGs. Before, you just wanted to get the GGs out there before the double reset flick. Trebla now putting one out for the fans. TEXX trying to keep it up. GGs. One of the rare times I get to say GGs to both players. TEXX with the reverse sweep to take down Trebla. The Mina youngster makes a splash in what I think might be his debut series. He's played some best of ones, but that might be his debut series. Look at the reverse sweep. Okay, I think I have to DMCA myself. I think that's what I promised. There's a TEXX related song that we have to listen to. It's not this one. 6. I don't know if it hits the normal vibes that we have, but Ponies, stay with the prime. W Ponies. Chat, we might do predictions today. There's a small chance we could do a match with major players, but it's such a tiny small chance because I think like their arena closes and they don't have like the ability to practice. They don't have the ability to practice for very long. I reached out to a couple of them. Most people were like, I'm busy, or like they don't have a ton of time. Trebla, if you see this, I love you. I think Trebla's been streaming, so you should also, you could tell him yourself. What's Trebla's Twitch? I don't know if he streamed this one, but Turbo. Huh. Who's playing next? Maybe me. Maybe me. Do we have marbles? No, we don't. We don't have marbles. GG's gamers. Come 1v1 me? Chat, if you guys don't know, it's the month of May. If you didn't know it was the month of May, you should check into the hospital because you are so unaware that you're in trouble. But it's not just the month of May. It's the month of MAYTCHES in MAYRIO. We must go live every weekday. We must have a MAYTCHE every day. We've checked both those boxes. What we haven't done is getting a sub 20 MAYRIO run, even though we've been so incredibly close. For the record, chat, Donga CJ, they have 2 months. You're here to watch a sub 20 Mario choke? Okay, chill, bro. I don't think we're gonna do maybe matches on major days. It's gonna be 4 a.m. my time to set up the matches, and I just the spirit of it would just be truly checkbox matches. When we're gonna count the major as matches. The reality is we're gonna count the major as matches. It would just be silly to run them on major days. Helene boy, they have the gifted. Oh, you guys are trying to get us to the marbles line, aren't you? I'm like, why one gifted?
Let's try this. MAYRIO bald man. Oh, marbles day. 1v1 all day.
He doesn't want to wake up early. Birds are dope. They have the 20 months tier 1. It would be like not going to sleep more like. And doing one after the major doesn't really make sense either. Jack, you it up. We are 1 subscriber event away from a treasure train. So look deep in your heart at that prime you have in your pocket and think how terrible it would be to deprive me of it. Never let this kid win again. Horrible song. This is the YouTube chat. Sendo MJ, they were the 7 months prime. You know what? I need to get up and get loud anyways, even though it's not game day, like Wavepunk would say. But I think there's a kind of magic in the air, chats. Can we get 2 more subs? We bumped the song even louder. You can barely hear it. We need 2 more primes. And all the boys, if you wanna feel the heat, type exclamation, point play. Mr. Zigzagoon, they were the gifted. 1 more. Chat, what if I became one of those jazzercise athletes? You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna search the video. This is the one. We can't listen to the music, I'm sure. But I'm going to reenact what they do. Also, wait, I think we need to bump the music up. That was a sub, right? Keep moving for the prime! It's so hard to follow. I don't know the, you know, dance moves. Well, that's a good one. Do you guys want to see what I'm seeing? It's a lot of work. Salisbury, save me the 5. How to get new drops in Rockets League. Might be the best chat ever given to my chat. Whoa! I'm not doing that, dude. Dude, those high kicks. I think my legs are broken because like I can't make them straight. Chat, are my legs broken? That one wasn't that bad actually. I can't do it high, that is. What did I just watch, bro? Just leg. He could literally shin himself in the head. That's insane tech.
Rockets leak.
All right, chat. We have 2 minutes 55 left of the hype train. But are we really gonna get 4 gifteds to keep the jazzercise going? We jazzercise as long. What if I said if we don't give 4 subs, we have to listen to the TEXX song again? Would that make you feel differently? Wait, Owen, are you not typing !play because you don't want to be banned, or are you just talking about how there's so much, you know, tension for this one specifically? Let's do this song. Because we have 1:48 left. Chat, I practiced a little bit of my Mario. I'll be honest. I practiced the end. There's no way I could miss now. Chat, Chat, cue it up. TYPEXX just won't play because if you win this marbles race, you get a gifted sub. If you're already a sub, you become king of the marbles like Andrewski5 is. And if you get last, you get the best prize of all. A 2-week break from having to come up with good chats. Free Fire, I'll be gone for 2 weeks. Chat, everyone type the best chat you can think of right now. I'll start. On my honeymoon, thank you for streaming early. Thank you for getting the stream in before the wife wakes up while we're on the honeymoon. Alright, it's time, gamers. I think we're not getting the 4 subs. I'm just dancing up here for nothing. I guess I'm just dancing for your entertainment. I started the song way early, but I'm sticking with it. I'm not restarting it. Radio War, they have 8 months prime. Oh, and you don't have to worry about getting last, brother. Because you're dead. This isn't all for my entertainment? No. You guys are working here. I've hired you. You're my viewbots. Haven't you heard? There's a serious viewbot problem going on right now. If you're one of the viewbots, type O. Ureva underscore. There was this one there's this one Twitch stream that had like 500 viewers on Rocket League that seemed like it had about 500 viewers too many. And I noticed today it didn't have 500 viewers too many. It had about exactly as much as I would expect. The thing about viewership and viewbots and stuff is you can kind of like get a sense for how good a stream is. And like there's a pretty wide range that you could be like, I could expect the stream to be anywhere in this wide range. Fatal Shots! King of the Marbles! Fatal Shot deserves it, dude. Fatal Shot deserves it. If there's anyone who deserves it the most. I don't even think he's here anymore because I can't tab complete his name. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. Fatal Shot is a mod. That's why he didn't get VIP, right? Oh, he's here! Never mind. I don't know why I couldn't tab complete his name. Fatal Shot is in fact King of the Marbles. Koi is finished. He's not going to have to be last. Sleaze Breeze. Tux. Bulldozer Stevie is looking really bad right now. Stevie. It's been a good run. Fatal Shot, leaving a 10 gifted! W Fatal. Bulldozer Stevie, though, you are gone. Sorry. 14 days for Bulldozer Stevie. What does that put us at? Who is timed out going into the major? These are your current people. Zimmy, tied out. Frosty, Tent Polio, Dubber, Bulldozer Stevie. Well, chat, you guys have been gifting like crazy. We got way more than enough subs to be ahead of the marbles line. So feel free to queue it up. I'll queue it up. I'm not afraid. What does that mean to be king of the marbles? The king can time out anybody for 5 minutes whenever they want. They can basically get free shadow TTS by typing exclamation point declare and saying whatever they want. And they can also force all of chat to type something by typing exclamation point type and then forcing the chat to type that one word at the leading part of their message. Chat, it's time to get a sub 20. It's time to stop joking around and just get a sub 20. I've practiced the end, so it's fine. It's unchokeable. It's unchokeable at the end now. I guarantee it. And after we get a sub 20, maybe we do major predictions. What are your thoughts on that? That is if we get a sub 20 in a reasonable amount of time. How can you free everyone? Listen, there's rumors going around that there's a back door that the king can use to get people out, but you're never going to hear it from me. Raziers wants to be in a show match. I was asking about a show match yesterday. Nas versus Moxie. Nas is queuing some ones. They were, they being major players, were playing some ranked, but for the most part, it seemed like people were not going to have time for full-on series. The king can use my back door? That's not what we said. Preying on Fear's downfall. Preying on your downfall. So take that. Ooh, that was close. You misspelled King's name. It's a capital S. Oh. Is King not working because I typoed it? Alright, I'm not sure when in the run I can adjust that. You tried to declare boob. I tried to tab complete it. I think next star I should be able to type that out and fix it. Alright, maybe my cannonless troubles are back. Who knows? Hopefully not, but... Alright, new king. Hopefully that worked. I tab completed it that time, so... It should have worked. I practiced the end, I said. I didn't say I practiced the beginning.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle.
I didn't say that the beginning was what I practiced. Unchokeable. That was not a choke. I didn't choke. I didn't have a good enough run for it to be considered a choke. That letter is 100% written by Bowser. But Peach does end up making a cake. So I don't know. I feel like it's written by Peach. And then it's just like really fortunate timing that she writes it and then gets captured. I mean, obviously getting captured is not great, but like if you're going to get captured, having it be right after you invited a hero to your house is pretty convenient. No? No one's home. Peach isn't here.
Oops.
Ah, yes. Your TTS now works, clearly. Here we go. Could be. No, not a goal, I guess. Don't know how it wasn't, but most pro Bob you've ever seen. Listen, I'm good. Good at the game. Bananish, Bulldozer Stevie. Uh-oh. Is she getting released early? He messed it up. Update your title. It's so outdated. Wow. How is it outdated? I need to remember that I have not gotten the star to the left. Normally I get that 1 second, but I went up here first. From RP to this. I still don't know if Forky was RPing or if that guy meant to say RL. You just arrived for the Trebla show match? It's about to start. Okay. You know, I hadn't messed it up in that way in a while. I just kind of did want to mess it up in that way. Because that's messing it up the opposite way that I was messing it up. Which means I'm honing it in. What's the guy say on Shorts? I understand it now or whatever. Right before he hits it. Imagine the magic that would be lost if you watched him film it. And say, I understand it now 1,000 times. He doesn't miss though. It's not in the shorts at least. Oh wait, this is the owl star. Did not need to change my camera there. Don't think it changes anything here. I'm reading chat instead of flying to the star as fast as possible. Is that a good idea or no? Bum, 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 bum. Just a little ground pound for funsies to ruin the gold. Why are you guys typing exclamation boy timer? If Arjun gets a timeout due to marbles, is he unsavable by the king? I think he might be, right? Something to think about with keeping that extra character in his name. This is the one, surely. You know what's crazy is no one has said that yet about one that isn't the one. Everyone has been reserving it, and this is the first time we've ever had the one run. Just rubbing the fence a little bit, because why not? Fence needs some love as well. Feer moves his mouth when he's gaming. I watched the VOD for a second to see my lock-in face. It's not my best face. Dude, what was that toss? Luckily, it's not a big deal, but it might be a bit of a sign to come. I practiced Bowser throws and the triple jump. The two things that have been making me lose the run. I've practiced those. Even though it did not look like I practiced Bowser's throws. I was not practicing Bowser 1. $20.03 coming because of that throw. Easiest points of my life. You know, the haters fuel me. Yahoo! Here we go! Gamma's gonna end 15 minutes into the run. Real believers know to wait to the last second and then dump their cash into me. Dang it. All right, we could still be green. I don't know how much time that wastes.
Troll him.
Not great. Not great. But we did have time to lose. We still have MIPS to get us another big time save if we don't take 1,000 years to do MIPS. It's green, we have a means. That's right. It's always on good runs when runners invent new mistakes. That was not a new one. I've been making that one pretty consistently. Ever since I switched to doing the camera the other way on that star, the main way I fail it is by going too short and ending up on the other side. Which I never failed it that way when I did it the other way. Just potentially
This is
a
Rocket League.
good argument for going back, but Fatal Shot's got the declarations on point. This is Rocket League doesn't work though, in case you're trying to get Shadow's Rocket League crash out. Only works for Rocket League alone. You know what, the only world record that doesn't have that moment where it's like, that wasn't a great move, but we keep going, is this 16-star Super Mario 64 by Green Sweegie. That has like... I mean, I'd have to go back and watch it again to be 100% sure, but it was just like a good run the whole way.
Rocket League. Hey.
I'm just gonna run over here and do the side flip, because I mess it up so often that this might just be faster now. Like, I'm never gonna gold it this way, but I'm never gonna mess it up. Sweegie has said many times that he looks up to Feer. Yeah, it's true. Why does Mario say testicle every time you enter a new map? I think you need to get your hearing checked, bud. Look at the RNG. Look at the RNG the game wants to throw at me. It wants to see how I deal with adversity. Bum, 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 bum. When you get there so early, he runs into your arms instead of you diving to get him. All right, we did save some time for MIPS after all. Here we go! We're gonna save some time. It's not gonna be a gold, but... Dude, I don't know why I keep doing that. Should be okay, though. Ooh, we're not gonna let the 1-up get me. Someone has a question? Ask it to me after I hit my sub 20. All right, BLJ's time. There's what, 6 seconds to save on BLJ's? BLJ's is just where we find out how much we have to clutch in Bowser 3. .68 seconds to save, which means I really just have to crush BLJ's to not lose time. The segment I practiced specifically started at the triple jump into Bowser throws. So starting right up here. Cycle. Hopefully I don't regret it. Want to grab him on the tail and not jump off. I think that does it. I think that's good enough, right? It's gotta be it. It's gotta be it. Has to be it, gamers. It has to be it. Say goodbye to that mayo, baby. No mayo for me. Say goodbye to the mayo. I'm paying all pros to deny show matches. Somebody will cave. Somebody will cave. Oh, we smashed it, dude. Sagas back, David the 5 gifted. Wasn't it sub 1930? No. It was sub 20. Dude, we just smashed it. I practiced the end and it didn't even really help. I played Bowser 3 so bad, but I got in there with the most time I've ever had. I got in there with like a minute 30 to actually get the Bowser, which I've been giving myself a minute. I gave myself a minute 30, which was enough time to do whatever I was doing on that first Bowser throw. And then hit the second, missed the third, and then hit it on the next try. Oh. Dark Hacks, thank you for the prime. BLJs and MIPS were clutch. Yeah, BLJs was pretty good. MIPS was not even that great, to be honest. But it was just so much better than my previous PB. So I did get, chat, this is a run that started with, this run's going to suck to run against because I got MIPS clip and I got bomb clip. I got them both. I got like a borderline gold BOB, which started me like 30 seconds ahead. Held it. Died in SSL. Everyone talked about the fact that, you know, you usually have a mess up in your run. Thick Buzz, thank you for the gifted. That was the mess up. Didn't really mess up again. Little bit of mess up, but that's not huge. Got the time back on MIPS because my PB had a terrible MIPS. And then choked on Bowser 3 to lose 20 seconds. But what can you do? 23 seconds or so. Chat, were you here? Now all we gotta do is get a MAYTCHE every day, every weekday. I can do that. I can get a MAYTCHE every weekday. But just to be clear, major days do not count. Major days, I mean, the MAYTCHES are the major watch party. I was horror. That doesn't work. No, they count? No. Yes, it's the major. So major matches count. Obviously. No, they don't count. Here's the thing. Why would we want a match? Especially one after the major finishes. Here's what I'll say. I'll reach out to some actual major players, and if major players want to play international games, like, we'll do it. Like, we'll make an effort. What I'm not going to do is like watch the major all day and then run some other matches from players who weren't at the major, who aren't playing internationally, like at the end for kind of no reason. So Shane, this is pre-recorded. When does a major start? At Central Time? First off, if you're in Central Time, you're in CDT right now. Central Daylight Time. That being said, it starts at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. For me in the West Coast, it's going to start at 5 a.m., but I'm going to go live an hour before like I normally do at 4 a.m. So what's my next goal in Super Mario 64? I don't know, chat. What should it be? Eastern time, just to be clear, EST is also not the time zone that you guys are in. If you're on Eastern time, you're on EDT. It matters to me. It matters to me because I'm an Arizonan, okay? I'm an Arizonan. We are actually on Mountain Standard Time. Everyone else is on Mountain Daylight Time. We are actually on Mountain Standard Time, which happens to match Pacific Daylight Time. Anyways, you guys don't care. We care about DSC. Can you explain how Submarine Star works? Oh, you're talking about like why it's laggy? Because the Submarine Star is pretty straightforward, right? You just kind of jump on the sub and get up there.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Thank you so much for playing my game. Now you got to do a sub 20 in a Luigi costume on 1949. That's pretty close to 1439. Right? What if I got a 19... Was it 1949 as reasonably close as I could get? I guess I could have gotten the 1939. Which might be better. 1939. I did it! I did it. The hater said it couldn't be done, and yet here I am, having done it. Cue it up, chat. That's what you need to do right now. You need to queue it up to celebrate. What a run. What are the cherries on those cakes? I don't know. They're kind of orange, aren't they? Surely they're dating or something, right? All he gets is a kiss on the nose or whatever, but if they're basically putting them on a wedding cake, surely Peach is sending some hints. What a run. A death in SSL and a pretty bad Bowser 3, but other than that, the run's just pretty chill. Pretty tough to beat for me. That's clearly a thank you cake, not a wedding cake. I mean, it does say thank you on it. DVX Oblast time is in 1931. That should be your next goal.
Feer, you read my question and went on a rant about how it's not EST, but didn't tell me regardless. So Feer, what time would that be in EDT?
8. Sorry, I assumed that you knew the central to... You asked about central, so I figured if you knew central, you'd probably know that it's +1 for Eastern, but... 5? You're not smart? Oh. Well, you just have to do it with time zones. I have to do it with time zones all the time, scheduling matches and stuff. Can we get it in GMT too? I actually recently started using just Time Buddy. I used to just Google it every time, but there's a site that like can show you all of the time zones because I have to deal in Central European time a lot. That's what I deal in the most. A little bit of UK time, a little bit of KSA time, and then Eastern time. And then on top of that, no one uses my time, but I need to do it because I need to schedule my own stuff. I need to know when I'm doing it in my time. Ubiquitous Aces! Thank you for the 3 months prime. I really don't know. Ever since I started doing Mario, from the very beginning, my goal was get a sub 20. Because if you practice for a bit and you kind of have fun and you don't even worry about your time, you quickly get into the 20s. Like you'll get a 20 something pretty quickly. And then it's like, okay, what's the next big goal to get? And the answer is sub 20. But like getting a sub 19 is pretty tough for me. It's kind of like lab new maneuvers, for example. Like at the beginning, you're supposed to get the first star, or you're supposed to get a star in Bowser 1. You're supposed to come out of Bowser 1 with an extra star. I don't do that. That would save time. I started practicing that a little bit, but I wasn't good enough at it, and I knew I could get a sub 20 without adding in a new strategy. Remember when Zimmy was timed out for 10 days? Is Zimmy back? Or is he like just untimed out, but he hasn't returned to the chat yet? We got 100, chat. We got 100. All right, I'm going to close out the game. I'm going to save these splits. New PB is 1949. It's not completely unbeatable. Oh, sorry to the people who are about to get ads. You're going to miss the marbles race. Should have subbed. All right, hurry up. Your lady is almost home. She can't notice what I do while I work from home. Can you join from YouTube? You can't. Watch him forget a mage now and still have to eat the mayo? Nah, dude, I won't forget the mages. We basically already did all the mages because we have major starting tomorrow for the rest of the week. Then we have one more week. That one could be tough, but also at the same time, because instantly a 2v2 RLCS is starting right away, I think players are going to be, wanting to prepare for that. So there might actually be a bunch of people who want to play. When will you be live for the major? 4 a.m. my time, an hour before the matches start. Or the matches start, I should say. Are you gonna do major predictions? I did say I was gonna do major predictions if I got a sub 20 today. So yeah, let's do it. Let's close out with predictions. The major starts on your birthday. Casually just trying to remind everyone that tomorrow's your birthday. Oh wait, have all these people been saved? Everyone but Frosty? Screw Frosty in particular, says the new king of the marbles. Fear SSA hatred incoming? What? Are you saying because I'm not going to predict SSA to win and they've also never won? Dude, I just got myself a good enough lead into Bowser 3 throw. Vacanus! This is the run! This is his run! This is his run! This is his run! This is his run! Vacanus! King of the marbles! He's done the impossible! Wait, I gave the king of the marbles to lowercase Vacanus. I had to tab it twice. There you go. Now you have it. It was his run, dude. It was my run, and then it was his run. It was fated. I got the sub 20, and then he gets his first marbles win. Surely your declaration will show up. Surely I typed it right. And it's coming in no time. And you're not. There it is. Oh my goodness. Tell me Vacanus said this is his run, or was it the one time he said it wasn't his? No, he did say this is my race, but he said it at the end. Oh no, he said it before too. Winner! Vacanus. Wait, did Sleesby just get last? Is that why you're spamming him? Dude, we were so focused. Oh, we were so focused. Sleaze Breeze right before the major. Wait. Okay. He's gone. We had to bring him back. We had to bring him back because there is one way you can get out of it, but you can't do it while you're timed out. Oh, Sleaze Breeze is already bringing you back. Sleaze Breeze already timed. Wait. Sleaze Breeze. It looks like Vacanus is going to get you out. Do you want to just take it? He timed you out for 2 weeks. I untimed you out, but then he banished him for 500. It seems like you're just going to have to take a 500 second ban. I think surely he'd prefer that over whatever the 7 gifted he was going to do. I'll just let him take his 5 minute. All right. Chat, you guys want to predict? We're currently on fire. No marbles for the major weekend? Listen, Sleaze Breeze is he the #1 carrier of marbles? Who do you think has been the biggest marbles enabler? Because it's not Vacanus. Vacanus drops it all at once. Like a 1,000 in one stream. You? It's more like people who are frequent gifters every time. But not over the... Cookie Crisp is a pretty good marbles enabler. He's like got good ratios. He's like always dropping 5 just to get you to the line. But never too much more. Cody VRL. Can you upload me winning marbles to YouTube? I think they want to know. It's on the major. Oh, sorry, it's on the live stream VOD. Is that good enough? Whoever types next is a handsome dude. It was Zach. Congratulations. At least it was Zach on my screen. Let's see. Is there a world in which it's preferable to... What happens if I do this? Okay, that's black screen. What if I do this, this, that, this, that, this, that, that. Then I do this. Then I do that. Then I do this. Then I do that. Zach is back! They've been gifted the Goldilocks! And then after that, I do this. And then I do that. And then I do this. And then I do that. Okay, what do we think about this situation? Exclamation point super mom, not exclamation point super mommy. Now Dr. Feer just needs to win super mom. So true. This looks better than how I had it before, right? I feel like this looks good. Probably want to make this as big as we can make it. And then I can make myself a bit smaller. Hopefully Pulmapy is working. Also, what? Did I accidentally delete this? Oh wait, this is only view only. Wait, I need to make a copy anyways. But he let it get broken. What is that? Who's that team? It's KC? Oh, it works on this one. Okay, this one works. Let's see if... Dude, I was feeling kind of tired. I did the jazzercise as a way to like get hyped up. And I thought maybe there's no way I could get it today because I was feeling so tired. Chat, let's see if this works. Type 1 if you think Vitality will win. Type 2 if you think Foot will win. Ah, they fixed it. Good, 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 good. Can I fit it in down here? I think that works. Here's what we're gonna do, chat. Sometimes streamers will do the chat's predictions. Sometimes they'll do their own predictions. I think we agree a lot, but I think I'm gonna do my predictions. So if you guys give me something that I don't like, I will ignore it. Are we trolling or voting seriously? Usually, you can't really troll it hard enough. Sometimes you can, I guess. But it looks like chat loves themselves some... Here, let me put this over here. I think this is gonna make things easier for me. I got Vitality beating Foot as well. I'll get Foot a game though. I think 3-1. Frick your rules, I'm invincible. Yes, in a way, you are. KC. Wild card. Who do you have KC wild card? Should we just invite Dog Fear to the predictions? Alien escaped after 43 months.
Paris Major High PEE. Also shout out this goated chat that beat a pro with just 3 chadders. DSC _ 1439.
Chat's got KC. Wild card. I'm gonna give wild card a game as well. Oh. Oh. How's about Vitality wildcard? Chat is an O mode, type O. Anything else, you can't even type 1 or 2. You can't even vote in the poll, chat. So, so don't try and vote in the poll for a bit. Somebody got nuked. Dark Hacks tried to vote and got nuked. I'm actually bringing him back, dude. I'm bringing him back. He got timed out for 2 weeks because of the O spam. How many more nukes happened? 7,000 is not a full-on nuke. Lolkek is a full-on nuke. I'm bringing him back. I don't know why, but I just feel like, you know what it is? I do know why. It's because like parkour and people are full spamming O's, which, and if you ask me, is artificially inflating the timeout, which I can fix. I guess I can just make it unique people in a row, or I can make it so that if you've set it in like the last 5 messages, then it doesn't add on. If one of the last 5 messages was you also typing it, that might be a good way to do it. That way, like, if you guys all want to spam together, you have to have like 6 of you using it together to spam, so you can't just build it up your own. Can I absolutely destroy mobile chatters? You know, the mobile chatters can just not... I feel like Foot and Wildcard are going to get games, but I feel like... I think we can kind of skip through this. Maybe, actually, let's see this one. KC, Foot. KC haven't been that good. Foots, maybe. Chat believes in NA. Though you can't predict right now. You have to type into the motherland. The German army march comrades stand side by side to stop the Nazi charge panzers on Russian soil. Now you can vote. Stop the counts. Justin, Cheese, and Kron. I mean, I think NA could have a random win like this. But I'm not going to predict it. You guys did slightly go Foots. But like I said, I wouldn't go so far. How about this one? Vitality Carmine. Random? Yes. NA getting an upset is random. Yeah, but that wild card though? Wild card Food's going to be important because that'll be a matchup for qualification, for playoff bracket. Because only the bottom 4 get eliminated. Chat is like heavy in Vitality's favor, but I kind of agree, but I'm going to give KC a game. All right, who gets eliminated? OCE or NA? Who gets eliminated? OCE or NA? Banana Head, Torsauce Fever versus Justin, Cheese, Chronic. Do I believe in OCE? Do I believe in Wildcard? Or do I believe in Justin on LAN? Chronic and Cheese. Have they been good LAN performance before? Chronic's won a LAN. Justin's won a LAN. Has Cheese? Justin also won a LAN a long time ago. You guys are going to go Foots? Do I keep my NA hating alive? And predict Wildcard? If Nah has 100 million haters. I'm one of them. Or am I an OCE lover? Foot out 03. I can just see it. I'm gonna give wildcard the game. I'm gonna give it to wildcard. I'm gonna disagree with you guys. NRG 5 Fears. We could skip that prediction. This one's actually interesting though. Chat, made in Brazil or Man City? You believe in Chronic's foot cheese? What has wildcard done recently for this take? What has Foot done recently to believe in them to be guaranteed to get out of the pool? Get consistently 4th in NA? They made a grand final, didn't they? And then they got stomped. Made in Brazil? Wait a second, I didn't even think about it that way. Dude, Chad's believing in the Sam redemption arc. Or maybe they don't really believe in Man City very much. Sad Astronomic Raise Bull. Wildcard gonna go 3-0. I mean, we know that can't happen. Raise Bull best. Do you mean BR? I hope you don't mean Brazilian because he's Chilean. Oh, I get it. You're joking because it's made in Brazil. Got it. Never mind. I got your joke. It took me a bit. Dude, you guys are that heavily made in Brazil? Sam 1 versus EU 5? Dude, am I a Sam hater? I think I'm about to be a Sam hater. Dude, I think I'm about to be a Sam hater. You guys were big on made in Brazil. I'm glad, you know. I think I'm a Sam hater. We'll see, man. I feel like I've seen Raise Bull, I've seen Astronomic, and I've seen Sad on LAN at these tournaments many times. That's really the only time I watched, to be honest. I haven't watched a lot of Sam RLCS, so if they've been cooking on a new level, I know Raise Bull seems like he's been cooking on a new level. But Seiko on Man City, if Sam has one hater, Sam has not been doing well. Sam might miss out on their why is chat 50-50 on NRG Man City? Let's move on to NRG Man City. And let's talk about why we're 50-50. Chat is in 2 mode for 30 seconds. Bacchus is forcing you to type 2. But come on, guys, it's NRG. Upset alerts. Maybe I'm boring, but I'm not predicting Man City. You guys had Man City. We don't need to do this one. We don't need to do SSA. Let's just give them 0 wins and move on. Okay, you guys love Made in Brazil. Show me how much you love Made in Brazil. You guys would have Made in Brazil, presumably, winning the pool, or you just don't like Man City? Because you almost had Man City beating NRG. But you just think that's a specific matchup that's good for them? I called you out, Fear. I knew you'd hate on SSA. Die 11, are you SSA? Or do you just love SSA? No, you just want NRG to lose? I think these are my predictions. Made in Brazil, coming out 3rd easily. Man City, Made in Brazil. This is the key match right here. I think NRG should make it out of this. No respect for 5 Fears. Listen, just because there's 5 of me on the field, that's not enough, man. That's not enough. How about Twisted TSM? Is TSM gonna have any believers? Unfortunately, I think the TSM matches and the 5 Fears matches are the only ones that are going to kind of be like clearly one-sided. Does TSM win a game against Twisted? I don't think so. I know a lot of you guys are voting for TSM. But yeah, you want to rage bait Zimmy. You remember the days when Fear used to speak to me? Not anymore. This is what you get for supporting your favorite streamer. Sadga, Sag first time. Well, I feel like I responded to you there, no? Ninjas in Pajamas Rebellions. The Ninjas in the Rebellions, though. Wait, where's Falcons? Oh! Oh! Ninjas Rebellions, though. That's a good one. Man, I could see this going either way. On one hand, I could see Rebellion clutching up for NA and showing that there's more teams than just NRG. But on the other hand, Ninjas have been really good. Shopify beat Ninjas in Pajamas in Boston. They're redoing it again. Just watch. Moxie versus Nas right now on Moxie stream. I have been falsely timed out from chat for 24 hours. I'm guessing Puppy Punter caught a O timeout. Yeah, he did. I am letting the people back for that specific Kingdom strike. All right, this is a coin flip. It's a coin flip. It's so much of a coin flip that I agree it's a coin flip. Let's find out. Oh wait, if I leave it here, is this? Coin flip was open. Heads is Ninjas. Ooh, the Rebels. Bring it back. NA. Let's go. Twisted Minds versus Rebellion. This is actually another good one. This group is really interesting, except for the fact that TSM will get last. Sorry, TSM. You might win a game here or there, especially against... I'll give your game to Rebellion. Twisted's Rebellions. Are we under the impression that Twisteds have just fully fixed all issues and are the team we hoped they could be? If so, NA2 is nothing. Mina 1 should crush NA2. But if they're looking kind of like the Twisties we've seen in the past, this is not free. This is absolutely not free. I think I want to lean Twisted like you guys, but maybe not as much. Puppy Punter, they have 27 months prime. What a great call to let Puppy Punter back. Okay, how about the Twisteds versus Ninjas?
07.
I think we get a three-way tie. I love making this a three-way tie. And chat seems to love it too. This feels very reasonable. A three-way tie, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. It feels like it's got to end this way. In this case, Twisted and Ninjas win out. Dude, that's the most NA thing ever. Going 2-1, but not quite winning enough games because you lose one to TSM. And therefore, you get third. I love it. That's exactly what I want to see. Rebellion doing pretty well. Going 2-1. but throwing one extra game against TSM that the others don't, and that's why they get third. Although, why does Twisted get first in this one when they have a lost head-to-head against Ninjas? I don't know. I'd have to look deep into the bowels of how it works. If Ninjas beat Twisted, they beat Shopify. Not necessarily, dude. I think these are three teams are pretty close. This is a very interesting group. Okay. Group D. Ooh, no freebies in Group D. No skipped predictions here. This one is probably the closest, I guess. What do you guys think about Yan, Swift, and Lost? They're coming in as Sam 2, but is it the strongest Sam 2 has ever been, or is Furia just not them? Yeah, I got mates. I'll give the Fury as a game, though. Even though that's been one of our most one-sided ones. This one's spicy. SSG or R8 Esport? Muhammad Abdullah Ghazi or Zach Reveal Diaz? How are R8 going to do? This is their opening game. First game in an RLCS LAN. Well, that's not true. They've played... maybe first game for Muhammad, but... I think Abdullah Ghazi played in Worlds. Dude, my Mina heart and soul really wants to believe in an R8 victory here. Or is it just the fact that I hate Nah? I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one it is. It's probably more realistic for R8 to just beat Furia. But man, I don't know, dude. I think R8 can win this. You will not take all this NA slander. You said that because Diaz is Sam. Muhammad is the youngest LAN. Pressure will hit him harder than anyone. It's true. It's true. I think that's a good point. R8 on their first LAN, they're more likely to struggle. SSG have been here and done it a little bit. Mates or R8? I mean, it seems like we're just gonna put Mates through. I'm gonna give R8 1. You guys can vote real quick, but I'm sure you're just gonna put Mates through. I don't know why. Yeah, we'll just skip. Basically, everyone voting Mates. SSG Furia. It seems like we're just gonna have this R8 Furia match decide it. SSG could pretty realistically choke out of this group. Yeah, this is like a three-way battle between SSG, Furia, R8. So it's a three-way battle where one of them gets eliminated. And then this pool seems like it's a three-way battle where they all get to make it. So it's not a huge deal. Like, sure, you get a bye if you get first, but you're all going to make it, so it's whatever. And then, of course, this is also a you're all going to make it, so it's whatever group. And then this group is kind of just a battle between these two and a battle between these two. There's a big tier drop off between the top two and the bottom two. And technically, Energy should just have this first place for free, but if anything, it's all three of them. Chat's got SSG over Furia. It's a chokeable game. I think I have SSG winning too. Dude, Furia's gonna make people mad, I feel like. Furia's gonna get some wins. And we're all gonna be like, well, we knew they could do it, but we didn't predict it. Mates, Space Station Gaming. This is the battle of the two O's in the group. You guys think the Space Station Gamers could top the group against the gentlest of mates? Is it the time for Diaz, our 1v1 king, to dominate in the RLCS? Buck Reaper, they have a brand new tier 1. 24-29. Might I suggest a slight alteration to the numbers at the end of your name? Mates. The mates look too good. The mates look too good. Hard to predict against them. Okay, do you guys have R8 or Furia? I feel like I know where you're going. I'm going to give 2 games to Space Station, though. R8 on the LAN nerves. Mina 2 or Sam 2. Mina 2, Sam 2. Historically, neither Mina 2 nor Sam 2 have inspired much confidence. R8, though, winning against Falcons and Twisted Minds in their region many times. Furia, clear second to Made in Brazil. You don't R8 them? I think I want to... Dude, that just sucks to be in this group. I'm gonna give it to R8. Furia could very easily lose in 3 game 5s. Furia could very easily lose in 3 game 5s to be eliminated and tie with TSM and 5 Fears, which is obviously a different performance than what 5 Fears or TSM will probably put up. The benefit of the doubt given to Mina this split is absurd. I think people are being fair to Twisted. I think if this were Falcons and Falcons had kept going, people would be putting Falcons all the way into the end. I think, you know, people who have Twisted winning are exaggerating a little bit. But we'll see. All right, chat. This is what it makes our playoffs. Main event. Do we need to fix our... No, this works pretty good. Our cut is just fine. The main event, chat. Let's start lowers. Let's do lowers as far as we can. If you guys didn't know, there's an extra round from the last major, which is going to be... Oh, it's going to be so sick. It's going to be so sick for competitive integrity, for a chance for everybody to make it through. Twisted Minds, by the way, would be playing in this round if they had gotten this format in the last major. After we were pretty pissed that Twisted got a terrible group and then couldn't play. That's fixed. That's fixed by this format. So, Man City or R8, chats? Man City EU 5 or Mina 2? Dude, chat loves Mina 2 over Man City. Guess Man City maybe limped in a little bit. Seiko Paris buff. All of a sudden, chat has R8 winning. This is possible. This is possible. Honestly, it's possible. I think the best you could do is, I mean, you guys set it up like R8 crushed, but this is gonna be close. Boys just started, so I think that means you guys have to gift like 50 subs or something. Otherwise, Boys is not allowed to start. Ninja's wild card, a little bit less exciting than the previous round. Seiko Paris nerf. Home turf is almost always a disadvantage. It does seem like if you're home, you get nerfed. It's true. Is it a Vitality Energy Grand Final stomp? Guess we'll have to see. Joria's versus his wild card brethren. Although I don't think he played with OCE, but not these guys. You guys have this fairly close. The wild card truthers in the chat. I'm not gonna put it as close. I am gonna give it to Ninjas. I think that's a much clearer matchup than the one we just did. KC, dude, how did this happen? How did KC and Rebellion have to play? I guess because Rebellion loses the 3-way tie. And dude, this is brutal. This is easily the most brutal lower round 1 match. KC Rebellion having to play each other. One of them going out. Oh, it's disgusting. Oh, you hate to see it. KC are playing in France. In Paris. Is that a debuff? Rebellion is better than KC. plus Paris debuff. I'm going to make it closer than you guys are making it, but I think I'd have KC winning that. SSG or Sam 1. Space Station Gamers. Or Made in Brazil. You guys have been loving Made in Brazil. But it seems like you're done doing that. Seems like you're done with the love. Let France and NRG lose everything. Yeah, I got Space Station winning. I'll go 4-1. R8 or Ninjas, though, chats. R8 or the Pajama Brothers. Who would you have? SSG is not even close. What about R8 or the Ninja Brothers? CRR, Jorutz Oli. Or Mohammed Abdulagazi. I think I probably have the Ninjas here. These aren't crowd days, are they? Is this the whole playoffs crowd day? They might be, honestly. Those might be on a crowd day, which is wild. CRR Major MVP Masterclass incoming. Okay, this one's interesting to me. Carmine or SSG, chats? Carmine or SSG? I don't know. You know, once upon a time, we'd skip this prediction because it's so obviously KC. But do we live in that time still? Do we still live in the day and age in which KC is but guaranteed to beat a team like SSG? Extra said the scrims are going perfectly. Extra said the scrims are going perfectly. I've seen this story before. I've seen this story before. You tell me Extra says the scrims are going perfectly. Yep, they're losing. They're losing. No, it's a 50-50. Let's do a coin flip. It's a 50-50. Let's flip that coin. I can see it going either way. How scrims have gone, though, has not necessarily ever gotten me excited. What is going on here with this one? There we go. All right, heads. KC. Okay. Maybe scrims are going well after all. Maybe scrims are going well after all. Okay. Now up into the upper echelon. The ballers. The teams that are likely to win the event. Vitality or Mates in Paris. Who would you have? Paris debuff for Zen and Exotic, but not Stizzy. No Paris debuff for Gentlemates at all. Vitality clears Mates. Here's the thing. I didn't get to watch the 2 regionals that Vitality won. So my gut's telling me Mates. Now, that's boring. Picking the Mates when they won last time, I feel like we don't get repeat champions very often. That being said here, I think I have the Mates. Chad who wins. NRG or Twisted. I think Vitality Mates can be close. Go either way. Vitality loses the uppers and wins the event coming from lowers. One reluctantly. Yeah, I think NRG. We're all psyched about NRG being back. I'm gonna give 2 to Twisted. Chat loves the NRG in that moment. Okay. Ooh, this one I think is more straightforward. Vitality or Ninjas? Jor Oots playing against his previous teammate Stizzy. I don't know the real level of an NA team. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It could be disastrous for NA. You never know. NRG will be ready this LAN? I hope so. And then I hope they instantly focus on grinding ones, aka Daniel. I think I have Vitality winning here to play NRG. NRG. You guys seem to as well. All right, Twisted KC. This match feeds families for sure. This match insane. This match potentially match of the event so far. KC, a ridiculous run. KC would have to play Rebellion, Space Station, which they're NA teams, but they're pretty good. Twisted, Mates, and then one of NRG Vitality in the bracket to win. That is queso levels of lower bracket run. No Furia, no Cook. KC or Twisties. Dude, this feels coin flippy again. I just put KC through on a coin flip. It's an odd RLCS season. This is when Monkey cooks. I mean, both these teams were not having beat mates, though, right? So, do we flip it? It's 50-50. Bring out the coin. Heads. Monkey Moon prevails. Ooh, Vatira doesn't miss his top 4. I think this one could go either way. And I think we'll do this bottom prediction next, because I bet no matter who we have winning this, we're probably going to agree on who would win this semi. Do heads or tails each game? I think that would probably make a pretty gross bracket. Yeah, I think we have mates in a grand final again. They seem to have earned it, especially through this method. Now, NRG versus Vitality. NRG versus the Vitalities. Let's see if chat knows ball. EU final, Sag. Chat does look like they are ball knowers. NRG giving us no reason to believe that this is the one where they don't just lose to a Vitality who's now maybe stronger than they've even been in the past. It would be sick, but it would be unwise to predict NRG beating Vitality. So now we have a tough question. Now we're rematching. It's Vitality Gentlemates again. But now this time it's not just upper bracket. It's extra pressure. It's grand final. Who do you have? Do you have mates who proven in the last major they've got what it takes? They are good enough to win the major? Archie, tap-in master, Oski. He's got an ultimate. He could score a goal whenever he wants. Nas, the best grand final performance we've ever seen in the last major. Or do you, like me, expect the return? The return to the throne. Zen is back, baby. Get used to it. Zen's back. He wins in Paris. The prophecy was foretold. It's everything Paris could have ever wanted. Their golden boy wins. Mates, and it won't be close. I'll be impressed if we get back-to-back major wins. It feels like it's been a while since we've seen that. Doesn't seem like that's how Rocket League works, so that's why I'm not going to predict it. SSG wins this tourney. That'll be so sick. SSG winning would be just so much fun. Not just because I'm from NA, but because that would be such a new results. Back-to-back majors has never happened. Thank you. Thank you. They could also, SSG could win the event. Not really. They could also get out of groups. What's more reasonable? Let's ask chat. What's more likely? SSG out in groups. SSG win the event. Here's their group chat. They have R8, Furia, Gentlemates. They need to lose to all of them. Or win the event. What's more likely? I know what I would vote. I would definitely be voting 1. I think it's way more likely that they, you know, R8's pretty good. Play well against them. Furia, they've been a good team. Obviously, SSG can lose to mates. So I think they could lose those. And winning the event is really tough. Is it possible for them? Yes, but nah, it's not as likely as them leaving groups. They need to top the group to even have a slight chance. Yeah, that would be a good start. Playing from uppers is so important. I have a feeling R8 would have a 2021 Falcon major debut. Dude, that would be insane. Because they would get to grand final, right? You're saying like the Falcons who made the grand final and then lost to Moist, right? Is that the debut? No, the Falcons debut, when they had a sub, they didn't make it there, right? They did fine, but not insane. Or maybe that was the first. Maybe they played as Sandrock, and that was the first time they played as the Falcons. Either way, I liked the SSG question. What's more likely? So who does this give the spots to? It doesn't show us, but this would probably give OCE their spot over Sam. Is that right? Because we have Sam tying here and then going last. So I think that would give OCE the spot. OCE would have the LCQ spot, and then of course NAEU Mina. You really hope Vitality wins, says the chatter called Vitality Salmon. That makes sense. Who do you think's gonna win twos? Twos looks really, really close. Listen, it's gonna be Zen and Atto. Honestly, I don't know. The thing is, CRR Stizzy put up like a good fight against them. Like, I think it's just tough to win a whole tournament, but Zen Atto has to be one of the favorites. Oski Nass have to be one of the favorites. You gotta be looking at those two teams. Everybody else in EU, I don't know. NA or Mina, Nupo Drally, or is probably the best twos team. It's kind of weird. I feel like they haven't created the best possible twos team they could. They have the Twins. Nupo Drally might be just the best team. TRK and whoever he teams with, is he going to team with Monkey Moon? That's not a team that's going to win. Then Daniel Beast Mode from NA. Best chance to win the whole event. Win Worlds, that is. And then Sam is going to be Yan Swift, probably. So then that would just be whoever comes out of EU wins. So EU very likely to have the twos world champ, I would say. For ones, Sam is going to be Swift. That's my guess. Swift makes it out. He gets the upset over Yan. NA's Diaz. EU is Nas. Mina is Nupo. So then Diaz and Nas play each other in NA versus EU. Nas wins. Grand final for Nas. Nupo plays Swift. We saw that. Nupo wins. So Nupo versus Nas grand final. Nas wins. EU domination. Am I EU Glazer, chat? If Moxie shows up instead of Nas, maybe Nupo goes back to back. Just admit that Nas wins all 3 LANs and also 1s or 2s for the full LAN. He definitely has the best chance for sure. Nas has got to be rank 1 Triple Crown. And then Nupo rank 2 Triple Crown. And then kind of no one else in their stratosphere. Zen just doesn't have it in 1s, I don't think. Unless he grinds it a bit more. Compared to his competition. And then I think that's Zen. It has to be Zen as the next best chance. Rawas, dude, it would take Falcons recovery. What do you guys think about Falcons? You think Falcons are coming back? I feel like the most realistic situation is the Falcons are just kind of not coming back. Like, they're not going to be major level or championship level players. They are no foul clowns. You think Fury are going to do a good LAN here? Hopefully. They need that recovery. That being said, that's not what we predicted. We predicted they lose. Worlds, they're going to be at least top 8. Yeah, but if they go top 8 and they're out, that's still kind of a failure. I saw that Danger Taco released a video that was like, why did this move fail? I haven't watched it. I just saw a thumbnail on Reddit. And Reddit was saying like, too early to say they failed, too early. And I'm like, yes. Yes, but let's look at a trend line, guys. Like, let's look at a trend line here. Like, they could stop trending down and spike straight back up and win and be better than the previous Falcons roster. But the chances they're better than the previous Falcons roster is just so low. What about Archie and Itachi as a duo? They're not going to win. They're just messing around. It feels like the type of video you make after 2 seasons of failure. It might be a bit early, but it was still a pretty bad trade. I have to see more about what he would say in it. And they could make the video look stupid. They could do some bounce back. But it would be unreasonable, I think, to predict that, considering we haven't been given evidence that they're just going to, like, return. Yes, they won Saudi E-League. But I'm not sure that's enough. They could literally win Worlds. Dude, that's the thing. What are your teams to win Worlds tier list here? And where do the Falcons go? Teams that could win Worlds. Do I need to go here? Gentlemates. Vitality. NRG. Is this where the tier gets cut off? Who goes in this top tier for winning Worlds? Winning Worlds. KDOP Corp? Carmine? Is Carmine in this tier? I think it might just be these 3. And then there might be another tier. Twisted and KC? I mean, KC, Carmine, Twisted. I'm fine with putting Falcons here, I guess. But they might even be one lower than this. Is the Rebellion? I don't think the Rebellion's here. The Rebellion's probably at another. Rebellion would be pretty surprising. It seems like this is a tier. This is the next tier. Are the Falcons with Rebellion? I mean, that's the thing. Is like maybe there's actually a world where you could say Falcons are down here on another tier with Rebellion. But that would just go to say, like, then you could say it's a failure, right? But they're probably here. They're probably here. Who else do I think could actually maybe win? Or like the Ninjas here with Rebellion, probably. But I think these are the only 2 tiers that could actually do it. And I guess Falcons are in it, but I think they're at the bottom of this tier. I don't know. It's kind of just a tough tier to crack. It'll be interesting. Wild card with Carmine. Ninjas don't win, but they can make finals. 1 is Mates, Vitality, NRG. 2 is KC, Twisted. 3 is whatever else. Yeah, I think you could do like this. with what we've seen from Falcons. It does seem wrong to put that roster down there, but they got a top 4. I think the point is made that, like, it's going to be an outside shot for Falcons to recover and make the trade not look bad, considering they were the second best team in the world when they made the trade. That being said, they did pull KC down. They seem to want to pull KC down, and they succeeded at that, but some other teams just took their place. They said, okay, thanks for the extra space for us. You would put R8 with Rebellions and Ninjas? I can't see R8 winning Worlds. I mean, I can't really see these guys winning Worlds either. But, like, Ninja's much more realistic. Rebellion, I just can't see Rebellion winning. I don't even know if I should put them in there. But there's a reason why they're down here at this other tier. Yeah, Twisted could honestly be too high. But the point is, Falcons move not looking great. We need Zen and Carmine. It seems like we could get that. Chats! Chat. What do you guys think of the predictions? W predictions? W? Well, how about that sub 20-minute run today? Do we have the marbles line? I see an exclamation point play being typed in the chat. It looks like we do have marbles line. Chat, queed up. Queed up, you've earned it. You've earned it. No, seriously, you've earned it. No, I'm being serious. Queue it up. You guys earned it. Queed up, you have 3 minutes. This time, will you watch the LCQ? Yes. What I'm going to miss is I am going to miss EU 2v2 Friday, Saturday. I'm going to miss the Friday, Saturday of EU 2v2, which probably will have some good games. But I think I should make it to EU 2v2 Sunday, which is when the spicy stuff is going to go down. Can anyone qualify for the LCQ? Yes, assuming you play in the regions that you're going to get the spots, which are going to be NA, EU, MENA, and either SAM or OCE. But yes, if you're in one of those regions, which most of you probably are, you could sign up today. Not today. You got to wait till the LCQ spots are earned. Once they're earned, you could sign up, and you could win RLCS Worlds. I know we didn't put you on the tier list. Maybe we should. Let me pull the tier list back up. And I'll put you guys in it. Whoops. Chat. I would say Gentlemates, Vitality, Energy, or the chatters who are here right now. Probably S tier, most likely to win Worlds. Is it true that you signed the deal to be the official watch party for Jorgen's Ones run? No. Chat already owned the mob. Why stop there, you know? Why stop there? All right, you guys want to do a 50-person marbles run? You have a minute 30 to type more exclamation point plays. You have a minute 30. Hoping to get that 2-weeker. This is going to be your best chance at stealing King of the Marbles away from Vacanus. Is Vacanus even here? Is he going to try and defend his throne? I don't see very many greens. It looks like only Witters as far as mods. Oh, there's Vacanus. Never mind. Trying to defend his throne. Will it be one of the shortest-lived kinghoods ever from Vacanus, who's been desperate for his win? You're getting scammed? Why? Because you're super high up? I'm assuming that's the only reason why you'd feel you're getting scammed. If you're starting near the top, but you're pretty good. It could be a lot worse. You're not. You're here. Could Could be a lot worse. You're not getting scammed. A full year of this and I've never won. Listen, be like Vacanus. Why aren't you there? You didn't type exclamation point play, maybe? Vatira the goat, you're right there. Type exclamation point play if you're winning this one. Alrighty, chat, let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Fruzy, YT, Bulls, Bup, Gypros. I think this is a really short one. Just down the stairs here and then basically into the end. Bum, 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 bum. DRX, not looking good for you. Rico, Dark Hacks, potential King of the Marbles. Truthless, has something else to say about that though. Vatira the Goat. We need $1,000 prize pool for marbles. Ooh, Vatira the Goat. Can he finish it off? Fruzy! Oh, it's Vatira the Goat. 1, 2, 3, 4. You asked, were you in it? Of course you were. You're winning! And Vacanus is remaining King of the Marbles. He will reign into the major. Wow, that's fast. The loser, I couldn't even take a chance to breathe. RL Void. Congratulations on your loss. RL Void. The King of the Marbles insists you guys type congratulations on your loss and not 07. You know who you don't need to congratulate on a loss? This guy. Because I got my sub 20 Mario run. Chat, it's been tons of fun here in the month of May. The month of May is not over. But I can officially put a check mark on get a sub 20 Mario run. It's been done. What's left to do? Go live every weekday and a MAYTCHE every day. The next few days, MAYTCHES are going to be the major. I'll see you guys for the major watch party. I had a great time hanging today. I don't plan on eating a jar of mayo. So I'll see you guys every weekday until the end of May and the weekend for the major. Later, gamers. Bye. See you bright and early tomorrow. Be there. You better wake up early too, just like me.